We are very excited to be here today with Shekar Ayyar, the CEO of Arrcus, to talk about our new partnership between Arrcus and VMware. Welcome, Shekar.
Thank you, Stephen. Awesome to be here. And I am as well super excited about the partnership that we have between our companies.
You know, as we talk to our CSP customers, they're looking to modernize their network and they want to extend their networks to obviously monetize the distributed edge. They also want to increase the level of network programmability so they can improve subscriber experience, QoE, QoS, and ultimately drive more ARPU. You know, how is Arrcus enabling CSPs to move beyond the limitations of legacy network routing equipment and those dated approaches?
Yes, as you know, Stephen, with the work that VMware has done, even over the past few years, carriers have moved from rigid and flexible networks to now having their core as well as their radio access networks starting to be disaggregated. The third area that is actually ripe for disaggregation is the transport network. And if you think about what carriers can do in order to create good new monetizable services, they need to be able to take concepts like network slicing and other policies and then translate them all the way from the core of their network right up to the enterprise edge. And this is where Arrcus steps in. We've got an architecture that essentially allows for carriers to take their transport route and switch network and completely transform that into a flexible software-defined architecture working in close concert between us and VMware.
Well, that's fantastic and definitely a need. And another area that we hear from customers where there's a great need around routing optimization is for specific types of data from source to destination, and really more precisely around routing hyperscaler specific traffic. How does Arrcus address this emerging use case?
Yeah, so first of all, I think to your point, multi-cloud networking has now become very important for enterprise customers that are consuming services from service providers. And so on the service provider side, if you think about technologies like SRv6 as an example, that allows for them to take their comms network and bring that into the IP network. But then one more step along the way is when they now have workloads that are resident in the hyperscaler clouds. Typically, the hyperscaler clouds don't provide exposure to the respective networks in as rich a way as the enterprises would want. And so it requires us, between companies like Arrcus as well as VMware, to work together to enable rich multi-cloud networking capability, where customers can then have policy access right down to the network primitives, and then provide for this sort of uniform fabric across their cloud environments in a way in which they can create policies, whether they are operational policies, security policies, or new services that can be monetized in a way across these multi-cloud networks.
It's fascinating to see how Arrcus is making the network smarter. That's really, really amazing. I want to thank you today, Shekar, for coming on this video to talk about our partnership. And I'm personally excited about the partnership between VMware and Arrcus. I'm really looking forward to seeing our joint solution in the market soon. Now, for those customers who'd like to learn a little bit more about this, you can always find out more on our Service Provider and Edge Solutions Center page on telco.vmware.com. Once again, Shekar, thank you for joining me today, and I'm very excited about our partnership.
Thank you, Stephen.